For the first time in nearly 50 years, the UK has reached a tipping point where deaths have begun outnumbering births, meaning the country's organic population growth has stalled. From this, you would realize that it is now impossible for the UK to make babies. And this is not how we used to be. Before, the UK economy was built around families. They put family first. And because they had put family first, it had made the population grow exponentially. But now, things have changed. And I would be mentioning some few factors that has caused this reason. We are not going to blame this entirely on women. Neither are we going to blame this entirely on men. We're going to look at what is really happening now and why there's a population decline in the UK. One of the first reasons why is the fertility gap. There are couples that are interested in having children. In fact, these couples have had one or two children, and they are even interested in having more children. But guess what? The economic circumstances surrounding them has been a major reason why they have decided to just stop at having the ones that they've had. We agree that there is social housing. There are things, incentive, benefits that the government has established for the British citizens. But we all know that not every one of these citizens would be able to get this benefit. I mean, if every citizen of the UK is able to get this benefit, then we can't call it a benefit again, right? Because the UK can only handle a specific number of demands when it comes to benefit. It has left people that also need it but can't get it to be able to just, say, okay, we've had enough. The one or two children that we've had are enough for the society. Now, you know that few years back, there used to be benefit even for the third child, the fourth child, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. But as time went by, the government began to think that these benefit for this number of children was like Brits taking advantage of the system. So they put a stop to it. If the government cannot support us, if the government cannot financially sponsor us having the third kid and the fourth kid, then we need to wrap it up basically. Once women discover that they are pregnant and life is going to be a bit difficult, I mean, the average comfort will no longer be disposable to them. She might not even tell her husband or her spouse or her partner. She would simply go and take care of the baby. Let's talk about the economic hurdles that every potential parent pass through in the UK. It is worse for immigrants, but the Brits are passing through a lot. In case you don't know, let's break down. Let's say, for example, you have two girls and your wife is pregnant again and the scan says that she's going to have a boy. If you've been staying in a 2-bedroom flat based on your former family status, you would need to get a bigger space. Yes, because by the time the newborn baby comes, he is also going to need his own room because he is a boy. Having more children when they are of the same sex is, on the large scale, profitable in the UK. But when you are having boys and girls, it literally means that you need to spend more money because each of these children need to have their own rooms. You will see a family of 4 where they are having just 2 girls. They are staying in a 2-bedroom. And you will see a family of 4 where they are having a boy and a girl staying in 3-bedroom. This is what the government demands. The government demands that at a certain age, your children, if they are not of the same sexes, must stay in different apartments, in different rooms which incurs more cost on rent. We've not talked about utility bills. We have the water bills, we have the heating bill, we have the electricity bill, we have the road tax. All these sums up to about £2,000 in a month. But how much is the average income of a British man? And if you have a family of 4 or you have a family of 5, it literally means that your wife is not going to be working. If she's working, she's not going to be doing as much hours as you do. Career and education is another reason why Brits have stopped having babies. Because unlike then that women would rather take family first, which is get married, have kids, and later on decide to either learn a particular job or to go to school. Now, women would rather put their education first. And when you're getting married later on in life, it means that you're exposed to not having healthy babies. You're also exposed to not having the average number of child that you're supposed to have. Another major reason why there's a population doom in the UK is sexual freedom. You see, any country that embraces all sorts of sexual freedom is potentially at some point going to suffer when it comes to population. Now, let's look at the number of lesbians in the UK. And let's look at if these lesbians decided to have kids, have a potential male partner and have kids, there will be an increase in the population of newborn babies as of now in the UK. Now, I'm not saying that lesbians don't have kids, because I've seen few lesbians that has kids. But we know that the major reason why many of them don't have kids in their relationship is because of biology. 2 females cannot make a child. And also, if you look at the other way, which is the guys that are also interested in other guys, if this population have decided to have children, the population crisis that is currently facing the UK will not be there. Aside from the ladies interested in the ladies and the guys interested in the guys type of sexuality, we also have a particular subset that are not interested in having children. And I mean, in as much as I respect everyone's opinion, it's still absolutely insane for you to be born and for you to decide that you don't want to have children. Because those particular set of women, when they grow old, who's going to take care of them? And this is why there's a huge gap for immigrants to come in and work. This same population crisis facing the UK is exactly what is facing America, the USA. When you give your citizen freedom to the extent whereby they have sexual liberty to decide whether they want to procreate or not, the effect, what can the government do? The government needs to bring in more incentives that would encourage women especially to have children. Let these incentives be reachable to everyone in the UK, whether you are from the EU or whether you are born here or whether you are British. Another thing that the government can do is to give more incentives to people that are married. So for bigger families, come in and support them. A family of 6, you could put them in council houses and make sure that they are comfortable, basically. What do you think about this video? What's your opinion about what has been said so far? Drop your comment and I'll see you guys in the next one.